doing that? No, that's not the one we was on. There it is. Lord. We're going to deepen this channel because I want to see what else the Lord wants me to talk about. So if you guys have any questions that's like kind of like living on the thoughts frame and you're just kind of pondering something, this would be a really good time to drop some questions in the comments because I would like to connect deeper with your energy, and it's going to happen just in the moment of now. And whatever comments or questions you have, you can feel very safe to drop them here. Lord, I see what I did. I put it on autoplay, so every time I tap it, it plays the song. But let's go for this way. Yeah. You are precious. Thank you so much, Willow. Willow Phoenix. What's up? So we're about to get started and popping and locking and dropping up on this thing because today is one of those days where I feel the energy is so clear. So I may have to do some channelings for y'all. But I want to see what the Lord wants me to talk about. Hmm. Well, if you've been resonating with the ascending energies in the last couple of days, you may have found yourself having a little bit more fatigue or just feeling a little bit more tired than usual, even though not much has changed. If what I'm saying resonates with you, drop a 1 in the comments as I continue to drop this message here before we continue. It's also coming to my sight that it's almost like the fog has been lifted or like the high beams have been turned on, so to say. Like there's a deeper level of clarity with not only what you're doing, but why you're doing it. And so you're having a more clear sight on the forward future of your life and exactly what you're here to be doing. So you can drop a 1 and this message resonates because this seems like the same message is still going. Also, this person has nearly been set free from some kind of relationship that is, the word I saw that I wanted to use was like conveiling, but it's like that's not a word. I don't know. Whatever this relationship was, it was kind of like covering the light that you are. It's kind of like dimming you down a little bit. It's kind of it's making you live at a lower level of yourself. And the Lord is kind of showing me that this has recently been left off of you. So if you find yourself a little bit on the isolated side, coming out of a relationship or some type of bond that has not been feeling the most fulfilling, it's better that you're not in it, even though you don't feel best by yourself. The Lord is showing me that it's like a purification type of thing, where these things have to kind of be like taken off of you. But it's like relationships can bring debris sometimes, and so over time, relationships have to have these cleansing periods, and if you don't, they either get fragile or break down, or just become infrequent until they become standoff. You know what I mean? And so this seems to be a season of like, I'm seeing these brushes, like a brushing, or it's like something that has come out the fire, but it's like being brushed off of like the ashes from the fire. Like some metal that's gold that's come out the fire, but it's cooling down and it has a couple of flakes on it and they're brushing it off. So just channeling this message here. I'm not sure who this is for, but you can drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates. Oh, thank you so much, Mormon. God bless you so much. Thank you. I'm not sure where Mormon is here. What's up? Thank you so much, YouTube family. Go ahead and drop a like up on here. Share this live. We're about to do some channelings for the collective. So if you'd like to get a message, You can drop your, what do you want them to drop, Father? Their first name? First name. But right now I'm doing some channeling messages here. So you can drop a 1 if that message that we just shared was resonate with you. So I'm getting the message right now that we're being led into a season where we have to learn to navigate and trust ourselves at a deeper degree. I'm saying at a deeper degree because many of us here can resonate with this part of the message, but trusting yourself is not a hypothetical analysis that I can tell you about. But what I can say is when you do apply the nature of trust with yourself, you're having trust in the conversation that you're keeping in your consciousness with God. So you're having trust in your ability to display your gifts. You're having trust in your ability to give of your talent. You have trust in your ability to demonstrate your love. You have trust in your ability. Why? Because all these things that you're doing, you didn't do them by yourself. You didn't come up with them by yourself. You received all of these things. So you're not even trusting in the things you received. You're trusting in the thing source who gave you all of these things. And this is what trusting yourself means to me. I don't have no trust in my bones and this delicious melanin that absorbs all the qualities of the ultramagnetic rays spectrum and all the goodness of science. That's cool, and I know that's there and it's true. However, I don't believe in that because it doesn't need no belief. I believe in what God told me just now. Because what he said right now in my spirit has never been seen, heard, or even understood anywhere. And so for me personally, trusting myself means I'm going to do what God said and he's going to make it work the way he said it. That's what trusting myself means. Because I'm not trusting that I've studied the best books or trusting that I prepared the best preparation or whatever. I'm not trusting in that. Because what if I prepared the best speech and I rehearsed it 50 times, but the people that I'm speaking to would actually benefit if they heard a particular story than this speech that I preserved and prepared and all these things. Well, then I can still say what I prepared and all this, right? But then I'm not giving y'all the best experience that I could. So for me, preparing doesn't work anymore because I can hear by the Holy Spirit in a minute of 60 seconds what is going on in your life and what's going on in your life. And if I was able to hear also what's going on in your life, then that means everything would give me something to say that meets everybody's point of view. And that's how God works with me. He doesn't let me just prepare shit up and like all these type of things. I can do that, but it's going to feel like I'm doing it by myself. And I don't do nothing by myself. Even right now, as I'm speaking now, I'm not speaking now. The Father is speaking now. He's just letting me use my body and vocal box to use the words that he wants to say. And I just know how to be available and out of the way. To really be still and know the Lord. So that when he wants to say something, he can say. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get to some more messages, gang. I think this is going to be a collective message until we start doing some personals up in here. So with that being said, we're about to say another prayer, and we're going to get into some card messages for the collective. Like I've been telling you, the recognition that you're going to have is going to come from, number one, the relationship you have with yourself. This is the life of your intelligence. This is God with you. And if you recognize what the life of God in you is guiding you to, you find yourself available for obedience, meaning that you operate on the nature of trust in what you've received. This is called trusting yourself. You're not trusting yourself to ensure that you've read the best books, like I said, or trusting yourself to ensure that you have the best information. Sometimes the best decision you make is with the least information. Come on, let me know if I'm speaking to myself today, gang. Sometimes the best decisions you make is when you don't have the most information. When you have the most information, you have all these different outcomes and thoughts about how it can go, and you don't do shit because you're thinking so much. And they give that shit a name: analysis paralysis. You got so many ways to look at the situation, you haven't seen yourself doing nothing. You so convinced of what it looks like, you haven't seen yourself doing anything. And it's like, no, we don't have time for that. We're too busy in the spirit of God. We cannot be over here with him and not have solutions for everything. I don't know the Lord that people talking about, but if you're not walking in your holy Yeshua Jesus, then you don't know who the Lord is. Because there's no other way to know him but to display him. There's no other way to expand life than to explore life. And so you explore your own consciousness, recognize the Lord with you, to be still and know I am the Lord. And then you learn how to trust yourself, the Lord. Let me know if y'all receiving this message by dropping one in the comments. What's up, Instagram family? We live right now on TikTok side of the family and YouTube side. Hold on. Cool, we back. Drop a one if this resonates, because I think the Lord wants me to liberate somebody today. Because the consciousness needs to understand that it don't find the best things out in the world. Now, let me tell you right now, you can hit Chat GPT up, Google up, you can hit up all these search engines and fucking everything they're doing, Gemini and all these things. And you can learn a whole bunch of stuff. But you will never learn what to ask until you come back home to God. You have to recognize him for yourself. People get so much fascinated with all these images people can make. Oh, that's an interesting image. I've never seen that before my whole life. Well, baby, if you was looking at what God's showing you, you might have seen it already. Let's be honest. See, people are so infatuated and so like, Lord help us. The word infatuated came out first, but like AI and technology and with fashion and so many things that we do enjoy as humans walking around in our God bodies. However, it's very obvious that there's always a depleted nature of people who consume worldly, people who chase worldly, people who live worldly. We always see it eventually. There's this deficit. Can't avoid that shit. Because the only thing that really fills up anything is the only thing that ever is anyways. Hear that by the Spirit of the Lord. The only thing that's ever filling up anything is the only thing that ever is anyway. So what are these 100 bags if there's no human soul walking around carrying them? Okay. So for some reason, you thought that you was going to have more of you when you had 100 bags. But you got 100 fucking bags and nothing of you left. You just feel like which bag is going to speak for you today. You just feel like if I don't have my Jordans, then I can't go because, no, I got to be there. But if I'm going to be there, I got to be fly. And I would say be fly, bro. Be fly, sis. But don't recognize what you have for who you are. Because that's not it. Is what you have. But who you are can never be had besides eternal having. And so when you leave this earth, what are you taking? What you have. But you're only taking what you have eternally. You're not taking nothing you have materially. And so when you're leaving, are you going to be leaving with the funds, the money, the grants? Nothing. But as you develop as a soul, as you develop as a consciousness, as you develop as an embodiment of God's presence, you become more and more and more like God. And once you leave, you're going to be the same state in the return as you were when you left. This is called keeping your consciousness. But people consume the idea of keeping your consciousness, and it means to them that you are a newborn baby and you remember who you were as 50-year-old Susan or Samuel. But it's like, no, that's not what it's for. You don't need a new life to think about the last life. You use what you've learned in the last life for the new life. And so you're always growing as a soul. And so this whole message for whoever this message resonates for is really about coming back to recognize what the true value of experience is. It's the growth. It's the development. It's what you transform and become as an embodiment, as an expression. That's where your value is. And that's you. This is just what you're wearing. But you got to be looking good too. So with that being said, we're about to get into some card messages. Shit, I'm about to get to some watermelons. I got some watermelon that I cut up earlier. Well, I didn't cut it up, honestly. I just cut it in half. I'm about to get to that watermelon, Lord. So I think we're about to actually take a pause right quick. And we may come back and do the card messages. What y'all think? You guys excited about these card messages? Because I think I done given you guys a buffet already. What's up, Nabi? Nabi said, sure, I gave you too many options, too. Because now I don't know what you're short for. I gave you like 2 or 3 things. Yeah, I'm seeing a 4. I'm new here and I love them. Oh, thank you so much, Navi. Well, we welcome you here in the love of Christ. We love everybody. And we just love to give God to everybody. And make sure everybody has everything that they're meant to already have anyways. So it's such a pleasure to share and speak words of life to you today. I'm feeling like we're about to get to that watermelon, Lord. Like, yeah, bro, cuz. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have to get to that watermelon, and then I'm going to come back. But I may come back eating the watermelon, though. Because I think we want to just reset the live, and then I also want to save the time that we was on as one video, because this message was entirely channeled by the Spirit of the Lord. And the Lord made these cards, too, so it's going to be more of the Lord, but yeah, I just feel the energy to close the video so that I can have a fresh copy. Copy? All right, gonna pray for everyone. Stay strong and blessed. Thank you so much, Nabi. Yeah, so we're about to take about a 20-minute break, and we're gonna be right back on. We're gonna do some card readings. And so if you would like to get a card reading, make sure to follow our page. We're gonna be right back in about 30 minutes here on TikTok, right back in 30 minutes here on YouTube. And thank you so much, Instagram family as well. Veronica, thank you so much. Chavez, thank you so much. 106, thank you. I apologize, I wasn't looking at the comments on everybody's platform. I was focusing on TikTok. Uh, yes, Miles, thank you. Yeah, we have a donations. It's all on our link tree. You can go to the link in the link tree and you can see Cash App is the same way our platform. Light Powr, LIGHTPOWR. Or you just go to the website, everything's there. Yes. Corbin, this is not religion. This is the relationship with God that you've been looking for your whole life. Oh, it's not. No, sorry, this is not religion. This is the relationship with God you've been looking for your whole life. And what we do here is Christ the Lord. Because you guys are making Jesus a figment of your imagination when he's meant to be your entire personality. I'll sort it out for us. Don't worry. But make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube side so that you can get these messages whenever I drop them. Because the majority of people in the world are bored and have been consumed by the lies of society to the extent that they don't have no hopes for what is coming for them or what they're here to be doing because they're so convinced and so convicted with the lies of the world. And so somebody has to come set them free. And the Father sent his Son, and I am the Lord's Son, just doing the deed and making sure it's complete before I leave. Yep, sounds about it. So again, we're gonna be jumping back on in a minute for the card readings. I'm about to bust up some watermelons. I'll invite you guys over to YouTube side of the family if you guys want to see the watermelon getting bust. But until then, it's love. And I'll talk to you very soon. Peace and love.